Hey there, just real quick. This is going to be a children's python video. I've got this children's python about 7 days ago, 6 or 7 days ago. He's already eaten one little small mouse. He's probably about 1 foot and 6 inches long, 1 foot 6 inches long, and he is a firecracker bottle rocket. He one moment is fine, and the next moment he is just trying to bite at anything that moves. I don't know. It's the first kind of snake that I've a tame snake, supposedly from a pet store, or not a wild snake. I picked up wild snakes and they're like that. Yes, it's a wild snake, but this one came from Australia, so they don't export these to the United States. So I know it's not a wild children's python, but it sure acts like it. So we're going to get him out, and I'm going to show you how I tame my boas. My 4 boas are incredible snakes, incredibly tame snakes, and very easy to manage and very easy to pick up and very trustworthy. This guy is not trustworthy at all. But also too, I got a little DJI, what do they call, a solar generator. I bought these year and a half ago were $1,000, $9.99. Now they're $4.99, $3.99. So for the limited time, so I bought one of these, and this is going to be my backup for the wintertime when we have power outages. And when I'm gone 2, 3, 4 days, and my reptiles are here in the house by themselves, and if it's 20 degrees outside, it'll soon be 30 degrees in my house. So they cannot go 2 or 3 days, at 30 or 40 degrees. So backup generator, I'll make maybe a video on that. Plug in some heat lamps and maybe a heater to this, and maybe run that for 8 or 9 hours. I don't know. We'll just have to see. I've already plugged in some heating elements to this, and actually they do not draw. This is an infrared. They don't draw that much power. This is like 88 watts. So this would run for maybe 13 or 14 hours continuously, maybe longer than that, maybe 20 hours. So this is a heating element that sits up on top of the cage. So that's pretty cool, and it may run an LED light for another 20 hours. I have to see about the combination of the two. But enough. We're gonna get him out now. He's under this hide. We're gonna pick this up, and he's just a wild. Oh, there he is. Surprised he's not biting my finger. There he is. He probably would have. But this is his little hide. This is his cage that I have here. This is Zoo Med substrate. It holds moisture really well. It's kind of like a cork material. So here's my monster. And this, like I said, if I reached my hand in there, I mean, he would bite my hand. I mean, 99% sure, 95% sure. So, you can stroke your little snake. If he bites me, he's not going to hurt me, but he's maybe prick me a little bit and draw a little small bit of blood. And I just don't like being struck at. It's kind of nerve-wracking. So I use my little snake hook. Don't have to use this on any of my other pet reptiles, just this guy. But pick him up. Let me get in a bit different position. Try to support him. And then I'm going to take you in and show you kind of how I tamed my 4 boas. And I potentially will probably get bit even though I'm using this snake hook. He is difficult to deal with. Okay, so we're going to go into the other room on my bed and hang out with him. Kind of maybe feel his food moving around in the lower part of his tail. Hopefully he doesn't have to go poo-poo on me. But let's go in there. I just get on the bed and turn the TV on with the volume not super, super loud. Sometimes the cat will jump up here and sleep on the edge of the bed, and this snake sees that cat from 10 feet away and just is miserable. I can feel him tensing up now because of my voice, but hopefully this will just go smoothly. I just sit down on my bed maybe 45 minutes and lay him on my chest. Obviously, yes, my face becomes a possible target, and you got to be careful. I don't let him get close to my face because he is that nippy, and he'll be looking one direction and just a moment turn around and a heartbeat and strike back at the other way. So I don't want to get bit in the eye or the lip, or I don't know. But he's in that position. When he is in that S-coiled position with his neck back with that big big loop in it, he's in bulletproof. He's in machine gun mode, and I don't know why. Because people are saying these are such great, wonderful pets. I wouldn't think that. I just got a bad one, and I'm just the unlucky one, and I got one that's always going to be upset. But hopefully, I can tame this little children's python down. But me holding my hand up like this is bad. I need to put this hand down, nothing around, and not move anything except maybe control him with my snake hook, a little small, insignificant little snake hook, and lay him down. And I'll let him still coil around my hand. And then I'll just sit here for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and let him hold him by the base of his tail. Maybe that gives him some security. There you go. You see the strike. The snake just gets really wound up, sees something, and it takes 10 minutes for him to calm down. And my voice is not helping because I'm having to speak louder for the microphone on the camera. But right now, I mean, he's just trained in on me to bite me, and I'm not coming from above. I'm not doing anything to really agitate him other than just talking. But he won't strike usually at the snake hook. Well, there you go. He took a glance at it. I need to move the camera in a little bit closer, but if I move my hand, I'm gonna get tagged. He's keying in on my hand. Any movement, and he is scared out of his mind, I guess. Just my hand over here touching the tripod, it's got his full attention, and he is in that defensive. That's so defensive. And when he's in that position, you're going to get bit. I don't know why, because I'm not hurting him. I'm not threatening, but he is just fixated on my hand, that my hand is trying to hurt him. None of my other snakes act like this. So maybe over time he'll get better. Hopefully. I mean, it's just not really fun having a snake that doesn't want to come out or be social at all. Might as well just own a poisonous snake then, or a venomous snake, and touch him every now and then with a snake hook, and then put him back in the cage, or do stupid things with him like a lot of people do, and to make more videos. But I kind of have to treat this little guy as a venomous snake, or else I'm just going to get bit, and that's just the way it is. But I come in and touch him, get his attention off my hand. Gosh, there he is. He's so mad. He's going to fly off the bed. You can't move your hands or your arms, or just move them really, really slowly. He is so upset. Super, super defensive. I don't know how I'm going to break him of that. I want to be able to hold him and have fun with him, and just not be a constant target. I mean, as long as I'm not moving my hands, he's not going to bite my hand. Doesn't take much for him to get angry or defensive, and just need to be careful because I don't want to get bit in the eye. But a lot of times I'll take my shirt off and put the snake up under my shirt, and then kind of cinch it down at the bottom and let him kind of roam around on my skin, and maybe get my scent. People swear by your reptiles knowing your scent, and I did that with my 4 boas when they were little, and it seemed to help tame them down. But I just kind of hold him by his tail, because so he'll go and fall off onto the floor. I just kind of want to manage him, and the snake hook is good for him. He's just really, really defensive. He's really afraid of people, of humans. And so now I'm thinking maybe he's more a year old, because he's about 1 foot and 6 inches long. And when they're little, when they're in the first year, they might be like 9 inches long, or 8 inches or 9 inches. And so he's a little older. I just don't know. The pet store was trying to get rid of him because he's not social at all, and he's just probably never going to be social. I just kind of wish I didn't buy in, $199, $200 for a snake that will never tame down. That's about what children's pythons go for. I'm hearing from watching videos on these guys and gals. But I just try to bring him out and touch him and trying to desensitize him so that maybe he'll get used to me and not be so scared and so defensive. See, when he's moving around, he's fine, but when he gets in that coiled S position, that's when he's going to bite you no matter what. So if he's getting already, because I picked up my snake hook and lifted up my hand, he's already assuming that position. He's really centered in on my hand. Try to maybe come in with the hook and just touch him. One minute he's fine with my hand, and the next minute he thinks my hand's trying to eat him. But a lot of the pet people, more of the snake reptile expert people like nerds, say just want to give them a good experience. It could only be 5-minute experience, a positive experience where I could get away without him striking and trying to bite me, and then put him up in the cage and count that as one good time and one good experience for the snake that maybe he'll remember. And slowly, doing that over time, that he'll get comfortable with me. If I had a large snake, that was over, about 6 foot, 7 foot, and being bit by a 5 or 6 foot, 7 foot snake, it's just it's potential for some wounds. And like I said, I don't want to get him up close to my eyes. But since he's so small, it's a lot easier to deal with. Oh, be careful. To deal with a snake that's unhappy about you touching it. But just try to do this every couple of days and see if this tames him down. Just doesn't take much. I mean, a loud sound will just freak him out. He gets upset with just about, oh God, he's spread out about a foot. But like I said, I typically, when it's a little bit cooler in my house, because when I got a couple of my boas, it was in the middle of, or it was wintertime. And so to have them out in the house, hanging out with them, it's cold, it's cool. I keep it, in the low 60s. I like it low 60s. And so I would just put them under my shirt, just wad them up under my shirt, and then you just cinch the bottom of it so they can't easily get out, and they kind of wander around, and then they settle down and they find a spot where they curl up, and then they sit, and obviously they're on your skin and they're smelling you, and maybe that helps them to get used to, when you come in to reach in to get them out of the cage, or they get used to seeing your smell. I mean, obviously their smell is the most keen portion of their senses, and so their smell, they can attribute my smell with that I'm not a bad person, or I'm not someone that's trying to kill them or eat them. That's my thought. He or she is being fine right now, and this doesn't take much to fire this one up. I can see that he's in the middle of getting fired up, and I'm not even doing anything. But I'm not going to make the video too long, but this is what I would do for, 30 minutes, a couple times a day, and try to desensitize this snake, because people say they're wonderful little snakes, and I want him to be wonderful, and I want to enjoy him, and I just don't want to always be a target to be bit. But yeah, that's my video. Check back for more content on this and see how I progress. And see how I progress with this children's python. And hopefully, maybe soon I can find out if it's a boy or a girl, so I can appropriately name my snake. And thanks for tuning in. Can't move too quickly. Bye-bye.